PEI's current poet laureate. Tanya.
Thank you. This one, yeah. Hi, everybody. To clarify, I did start this poem a few days ago because I wanted to listen to the conference, so I did a lot of preparation before I got here. It was a real treat. Can you all hear me well? What if I'm looking down at my paper like this? Can you still hear me? Great. It was a real treat to be here at the conference and to listen to the panels that I attended today and to just take it in. There's a lot of information, and this is just one distillation from my little head about some of the things I read about and listened to, and a few other notes I was able to scribble today while listening. I'm at this conference as a poet. To listen, make connections, and synthesize, I'm at this conference as a person living and working on PEI. I am here as a participant, an attendee. I brought my questions with me and my curiosity. I am here to learn. I had a lot to read before I started writing this piece because I realized I didn't know much about basic income guarantees. Something about money. Something about a minimum for everybody. And it sounded good, but I did have questions, such as, how would it work? Could we actually implement it? Is it possible to just give money to everybody like that? In other words, even as a progressive leftist, I have had my biases. Even as a sort of socialist, I wasn't totally buying it. Even as the poet tasked with the act of describing it, I have been unsure, ignorant, or uninformed of the story behind it. I lead with this to situate myself as an average member of the public. We don't know what we don't know until someone enlightens us, or until we approach our ignorance on our own accord. But that's not always easy. We might need a reason, or an invitation, or an open door. A confluence of people with skills to change the discourse, which could change the whole course of events. But before the good words reach enough ears at the right time, whole eras of change can lay dormant, entire paradigms of progress on pause. We may be poised for revolution or just a better way to do things. We may have tools at the ready. We might have done enough studies. We might have ample proof to back our theories and our claims. But until we have tended the roots of any stubborn assumptions, nothing new will bloom or change. And of course, we've been trying to tend the roots. It's just that they're tangled. It's just that they're endless. It's going to take every strategy we have in us, all audacity, and all our incandescent rallying cries burning bright enough to shine through the fog of our tired and outdated ideas. If we want to build more support for new ones, including something as unfamiliar to most folks as basic income, we're going to have to tell different stories and question the stories that we've been listening to. This is a tall order, as you all surely know. There is a world order and powerful forces that don't want to see it go. There is the fact that we don't know what we don't know, and so it's hard to imagine something else. For instance, we've been living under capitalism for so long that we can't see the burning forests for the over-harvested trees. We can't see how we've been enticed by wants at the cost of unmet human needs, and then set against each other in an illusion of scarcity. As if solidarity is only a catchphrase in the pamphlets of activists and not a guiding principle that should be in all of our politics. As if divisive policy will solve any of this. This, our global suffering. This, our local strife. The story of basic income cannot get a word in edgewise. We can't hear it over the jeers of competition. Well, every hero on a journey took a full meal with them, carefully packed by a worker in a kitchen. Unpaid labor fuels major winnings, and low wages keep the world as we know it spinning. Except the world that we know is spinning way out of sync. Human value is intrinsic, at least it ought to be, and yet we equate worth with productivity. And we measure that productivity by its contribution to economy, thus attaching our value to the money that we make. Many people can't hear a story about basic income because they're still listening to stories criticizing the welfare state. Our ideas on poverty are outdated, but there are people in power who still blame it on people with less power than them instead of how it actually happens. Through crises of food and climate and housing, systemic oppression and structural violence. Because the rights of the market are held and protected above all else, including the people just trying to survive in it. What if we wanted to thrive in it? Would we appeal to hearts or logic? What's more impressive, a self-made man or the knowledge that no self is made out of context, and no one gets rich in a bubble? No one is poor without someone else's profit, and many profit off of struggle, and that imbalance burdens all of us. Poverty is a result of poor policy, and poor policy is a mistake we could learn from and change. Poor policy is a mistake, but only forgivable until it is a choice. A basic income guarantee could be an amends we make. It could be a stabilizing force, a resilient, life-changing strategy, if it is based in basic human rights and not charity, if it is indeed universal, freely given, unconditional, if the bureaucracy is minimal and it sufficiently meets people's needs, even though people's needs differ. Exactly. It should therefore be responsive, dynamic, a complement to other programs and services, with the aim of equitable access and opportunity for all. They really want to talk to you. I'm joking. Regardless of specifics, we need a floor beneath which no one can fall. This is a hard concept to grasp, kind of like we can't collectively accept a financial ceiling. So billionaires' bank accounts just keep on climbing unimpeded, less regulated than the hoops we all jump through to prove we are deserving and assistance is needed. Like seas, poverty keeps rising, and the rift between the poor and rich keeps widening. The repercussions of this income inequality are so clear and so harmful, it's understandable we might try to shirk responsibility or deny our involvement. If we're not in policy or politics, we might think we are absolved from the problem or from trying to solve it. Be that poverty or other inequities, it's all related. So, to bring it back to the changing of stories, to bring it back to the shifting of minds, we can start in our own communities, address our own biases, we can start close by. If I were to start with mine, I'd have to admit that I too have a productivity complex. And I want people to know I work hard enough so I can feel worthy myself. This is a tired idea that gets in my way of fighting for the rights of everybody else. What stories have we internalized that convinced us only certain work is worthy, and dignity must be earned by toiling endlessly and buying into the same systems that are stripping the earth of its resources and robbing the people of our joy? Joy should be affordable. Like food and housing and care, like medicine and transportation, and the ability to participate in our communities wherever and however we are. A basic income guarantee could be a part of this. It could also be a move towards economic equity, an affirmation of dignity. It could help reduce gender-based violence and increase gender equality. It could be something to help lift people from poverty, a goal that this country has promised, a vow that the United Nations has sworn. Here on offer is but one of the tools we could use. Yes, it is doable. Yes, people will still contribute as much or more as they used to, while being valued intrinsically, our basic human dignity, our rights, even our righteous joy afford it. Indeed, we can afford it, but it is not yet common knowledge. So let's change the story and share the big news. Thank you.
Now we have to say thank you, and that just feels not enough after sharing that. So, Tanya, from all of us, thank you so much for sharing the gift of that powerful and reflective poem. What a beautiful way to tie everything up, and just a beautiful gift to leave us with as we leave today. So thank you. And one last tiny little piece of business before we let you go enjoy that beautiful evening. Just a reminder that those cards with the QR codes on it do have links with more information. And also there is a sign-up sheet. Where? At the registration table, there's a sign-up sheet that you can fill out for folks who would like to receive more information in the future regarding basic income guarantees and various initiatives that are happening. So you can add your name to that, and you will stay in the loop.
Can I just jump in with one thing?
Of course.
Sorry, just while we're in the, I forgot to mention that don't take my word for it. There's many artist testimonies that are out in the lobby, and they're really beautiful, and I would love for you to read their words. And there's also an incredible report called the Manoramo Report on artists and beyond. It's called Beyond Precarity, and there's also a QR code to that, and it is a really informative document. So if you're in the realm of looking for more information and wanting to stay connected, there's some posters out in the lobby that will lead you in the way of more information in that regard.
Thanks so much for adding that.
Thank you.
And one other detail, too, that I feel like makes sense to add on. As you're chewing and reflecting on all the things that you've shared and learned and such today, don't forget about the Community Voices board that's out there. Feel free, even if you want to take a card home tonight to reflect on it or to write something to bring back tomorrow. But just a reminder, that'll still be there tomorrow, and please add to and go read some of the other voices there if you'd like.
So final thank you. Final thank you to our panelists and to Alexia for her brilliant job as our moderator tonight. Thank you, Alexia. And final word of go safely this evening, find joy in the rest of the evening, and we wish you a really wonderful day tomorrow. Good night, everyone.